What's up YouTube? Jeff back again, and today another exciting Samsung video for you guys. Checking in for the month of June to talk about some problems that are still persisting on the Galaxy S22 Ultra. I try to make this video monthly so you guys can kind of see an update list of not only problems that I'm experiencing, but stuff I see in the comments as well. So today we're going to talk about 5 of those issues. As usual, I have a little keep notes document right here. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and just put that in pop-up view, and then I'll talk about each of them. Before we get started, I do want to remind you guys we do have the giveaway going on for the month of June. If you want to check it out, the link's below. Also, join my newsletter if you want to get weekly updates on my wallpaper, icon packs, and all that other good stuff. All that stuff will be down in the description. So let's talk about these 5 issues. Some of them that have been there from the beginning and Samsung needs to fix, and some of them that have been sort of introduced with recent updates. So the first one is shutter lag, and this has always been there with Samsung devices. It's actually gotten a lot better recently. If you take a photo, you're going to see some shutter lag. Turn this around there. When you take the photo, it's a little bit of lag from the time you press the button till the time you see the preview. Now, it's not that bad for a stationary static object like this, my Samsung T7 Shield SSD. But if you're taking photos of your kids or your pets or stuff like that, when there's motion involved, you're definitely going to see more noticeable shutter lag. And it's something that doesn't persist on some other phones out there. Even the iPhone, which does a little bit better with shutter lag, in my opinion, even though I would take the Samsung S22 Ultra over an iPhone any day of the week because it just does so much more stuff. This is a small thing that Samsung needs to fix, and it's something that's been present on Samsung devices for quite a while. So I'd really like to see them address it in future updates. The next thing is the effects issue when you're previewing photos in gallery. And I talked about this one in a video earlier this week. Let me see if I can take a photo of something here and show you guys again what I'm talking about here. If you take a photo, for instance, in portrait mode, and I made a video on this, so I'll show you guys that video, link it below. If you take a video in portrait mode, where you're supposed to have some bokeh in the background, and then you preview it instantly, you'll notice there's no bokeh, so the background's not blurred at all. But then if you head over to the gallery app, and you actually interact with the photo in the gallery app and preview it there, you'll see that there is some blur to the background. Now, it's not substantial, but you can also see this if you scroll forward and then back into your camera preview roll. It's not substantial or anything like that, but it is there. And that's kind of, I think, what makes this annoying is that you're losing those effects, the blur effect that you're supposed to get when you do take a photo in portrait mode. Now, this is actually even more noticeable if you do take a photo. See, you can see it a little bit there. If you do take a photo that's of a person, because then you're supposed to see, substantial bokeh, and you don't. So this is also true with other effects like night mode and things like that. This seems to be updated with the recent gallery update because that's what's responsible for the preview. And like I said, if you go forward and backwards, then the effects get added. So you can see a little bit of blur there, even though I really should be a little further away while shooting the portrait mode. But that's an idea of what's going on. So hopefully Samsung's going to fix that coming up in a recent gallery update so that we'll be not having that issue any longer. The next thing is battery life on 5G. So I've talked about this a couple times. Since the update that we got in May, I've had some issues with the battery life on 5G. It's actually gotten worse for me than it was before. There was a second May update, but it didn't really improve the battery life for me too much on 5G. I'm still getting, probably on my mixed use days where I'm on Wi-Fi and 5G, probably about 4.5 to 5 hours of screen on time, which is actually a lot for me. I mean, screen on time is completely relative. I do a lot of stuff. You guys see, I got a million apps on here. I get hundreds of notifications a day from my YouTube channel. I respond to those, in addition to all my regular stuff I do with family and friends, social media apps, and work, email. So I use this phone heavy a lot, and I am on 5G right now because it's the summer. I'm not at work at the university as much on Wi-Fi, so I don't think it's terrible, but I was definitely getting closer to like 6 hours screen on time with mixed use. So hopefully Samsung will push out some optimization updates and get us some better battery life. The next issue is HDR flickering. So if you have the extra brightness mode turned on, so you can find it, the easy way to find it, again, I like using the search bar. It's under advanced features, but if you go to video brightness down here, this makes the videos brighter when you watch them, especially if you have, people creating content that's in HDR. So if you go into YouTube, for instance, and find one of my HDR videos, I'll actually go down and find it really quick. here's one of my HDR videos. You'll notice that when you actually zoom in, it's bright. But what some people have noticed, and I've noticed this too on occasion, I don't know if I can reproduce it now. It's in extra brightness mode right now. You can see how super bright that is right there in the title. But sometimes it'll flicker a little bit, or it'll switch back and forth between being in HDR and not. So it'll go back to being dim, like if you search through the video, if you scrub through it with the Finder. I don't know what this issue is from, and I don't know if it persists in every video, but I have seen it before where the HDR causes the video to flicker a little bit. It's actually one of the reasons why I stopped shooting all my videos in HDR, because some people were complaining about it. I tested it and noticed it myself. I don't know what this has to do with, so I don't know if we're going to see that in a fix in a software update that we get eventually, or if maybe it'll be in Galaxy Store in one of the Samsung app updates. But it is an issue that's there, and I've reproduced it that other people have talked about. The last issue is the good lock bugs are still there, unfortunately, particularly if you use Home Up to get the app tray like I have here, which looks really cool, but some of my apps don't even show up here. And I'll show you an example. I have an app called Light Me for my light strip. It should be right here between Lightroom and Maps because it's LY, but it's not in my app tray. But then if you search for it, it's right there. So the icon doesn't even show up. It appears to be a bug with like Theme Park maybe and Home Up together, because I have a custom icon pack in Good Lock. If you have an icon pack that's custom but the icon doesn't exist, sometimes the icons won't show up at all. Like sometimes this Jurassic World icon that I use for my son, which is an AR app for dinosaurs, doesn't show up either because it's custom icons not themed by Vera Icon Pack. But this is definitely a bug. There's also some other ones, like with the clock on the lock screen, just having a delay, like when you wake up the phone. Sometimes this takes a while to show up. Some good lock optimizations that Samsung really should fix, because it's one of their best add-ons for Galaxy phones that really sells it to me, and it's something I use a lot. Obviously make a lot of videos on Good Lock for you guys, but some of those bugs are still quite annoying. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification icon for videos like this. Join the giveaway if you liked, win a flagship device. Check out my newsletter. There's also some great deals running on the S22 Ultra and Galaxy Watch 4. I'll drop the links below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching.